some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw again on second down. Newton, now he'll turn and throw deep. That's caught at the 25. A big play there for Carolina. 58 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Yeah, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
Newton now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
They'll fake the give. Now gone. He'll get this to Eckler. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down now, it's Gordon, and he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down.
I'm coming after you.
A shotgun snap for gone. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Let's go!
The Charger drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. DC. Check 13.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
180. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. It's a party now. It's a party.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. They go back to Gordon here on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And that'll be incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
I got you, boy. Yes, sir.
Now it's gone. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And that will be incomplete as well. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Here's Newton. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
It's our time. Here we go,
A shotgun snap for Newton. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Newton on first down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Newton. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Watch it, watch it. Check.
From the gun, here's Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Super one. Check out.
Now Gordon on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Check 43.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, one. Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. I got him. Hey, check Mike. Super one. Check Mike 39.
Out of the gun. Goff. He wants it all for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A final shot before the break. Newton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check three. Back. Shoot.
Out of the gun, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look deep for more, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Push him back.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joey Bosa, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before? There goes Melvin Gordon. The 30. 10. Touchdown, LA. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Chargers have taken the lead. So Goff will lead his guys up to the line to go for the 2-point conversion. They're going to give it to Gordon. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. You know, despite the score line, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. On first down, Gordon. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Ric Flair.
On 2nd and 15 now. Goff. It's Hill, complete. Room to run. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Check.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense and at times will actually make checks Just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
That'll be taken in the end zone. A beautiful fake. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
That's it. Let's get it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Defense wins championships, baby.
On first down, it's Newton. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own...
Gordon loses the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
He's 59, Mike the 59. Hey. Switch.
On second down now, it's Gordon. And they'll get this up over the 25 and the 26. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. 9 yards that time.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check. Fresno.
Running on first down, Eckler. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 32-yard line.
Cut. 180. 59. Man, I got you. Check 99.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Horrible. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Tackles.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can...
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Carolina. 52 yards. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, but guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. 2nd and 10, Newton again.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Joey Bosa, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". I'm going to run you.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. Got Gordon open, completes it. 4 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
What? 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Hey, down. Shell. 76. 76. Tell him. 76. 76. Check 31. Check 31. Switch. 13. Spill. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. 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 Watch it.
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Check 50. Check 50.
This is Gordon. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watch the slant. Hatchet. Hatchet. Tight dog. Tight dog.
They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trevor Williams with a pick. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there